Hello, everybody. How's it going? What are you all up to? Hello, Liz and Herb and out there in the chat, and anybody else that's going to join us. Um, Monday was crochet. What else are you going to do? Right? What else? What else are you going to do, Joe?
Nothing. You gotta just crochet. Crochet away.
Annie, what else are you going to do? Huh?
I'm on net. Just
Damn
because
it.
I got to be different.
Connie's crocheting.
I am crocheting right here.
There you go. See, we're all crocheting. So if you got anything else better to do, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, you can join us on here. We're going to be crocheting. Hey, Bethy.
Hi, Liz.
Actually, I really am crocheting.
You're crocheting too?
I'm working on a crochet hat and a chocolate covered cherry at the moment.
A chocolate what?
Don't get any chocolate on your yarn.
A chocolate covered cherry.
Oh, gross.
Cherry cordial, like a Queen Anne.
Oh, I love these things. Only this time of year, though. It's the time I eat them.
This time
Actually, it is Queen Anne.
I see what you're doing, Connie.
What am I doing?
I could probably eat a
covering up yawns. That's what you're doing.
I could probably eat a full box.
We know that, Bose.
I could probably eat a full box of rum balls every day this year.
I like the Lindor truffles.
Yeah, they're okay.
Those are rich.
But man, they're good. I like the white chocolate ones.
You haven't had them. I haven't had a box of.
But yes, the Queen Anne cordial cherries are, in my opinion, the best ones. They even still sell Bridge Mix?
Yep.
Yes.
I haven't seen that for years.
In the yellow box.
Brock's.
You buy in the bulk store too. Brock's. Oh yeah, and while we're on the subject of Brock's, the Brock's nougat with the white nougat with the cherry and green.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yep.
Can't stand
I love those.
I hate nougat.
You can't find them here anywhere.
Oh my God!
It's better when
it's
fresh. It's better when it's fresh though, because it's soft. Right?
Oh, you can find them here.
Where at? I believe we looked everywhere here. We couldn't find them, so we just made our own.
Pretty much everywhere. Any store.
And we ended up just finding the recipe and making our own.
Jujube nougat.
But I didn't like it because it was too sticky and too sweet.
Yeah, I do not like nougat.
Like caramel. I don't like caramel either.
I love caramel. I love caramel, but I can't stand nougat.
What else I like is those icebergs. You ever had those chocolate icebergs?
I
don't think so. Caramellos. I love those. All that gooey caramel in the middle. Oh hell yes.
They're like little chocolate mounds, but they had like white tops and they had like a hazelnut inside of them.
Lost Annie.
What happened to Joe? Oh, Annie.
I'm still here.
I see ya.
Did she leave or did she drop off?
I think she dropped off. She wouldn't have just left unless something's going on with her kid.
That's true.
I'm the same way. If I just drop off and leave real quick, I either lost connection or I had to run to be with Zach.
Right.
There's sometimes when something's going on, I don't have time to say see you later.
Right.
Kara, the name of those little They're they were like little tiny mountains. They were like chocolate milk, and the top of it was like white chocolate, but there was like a hazelnut inside, and I can't remember what was inside of them. Like it was like a chocolate mousse that they were filled
I
with.
love hazelnut, so
Yeah, I wouldn't have ate that because I don't like hazelnut.
I love hazelnut.
So pull it out, suck all the chocolate and the mousse off, and pull the hazelnuts out. You don't have to eat them.
Yeah, true.
It's like chocolate covered almonds. You ever heard
I
that
love
joke?
I love most nuts.
Sitting down at the doctor's office, there's a bowl of almonds there. You sit down, start eating almonds. It's a doctor's office, no big deal, right? And there's a guy beside him saying, "Oh, I love these are awesome chocolate covered almonds." He goes, "Oh, I see almonds here." He goes, "Yeah, I sucked all the chocolate off."
Oh, gross.
That is nasty, John.
That's disgusting.
Aren't you supposed to be crocheting or something?
You know, you just do the same thing. Just have a bowl of hazelnuts there. You know, for have a bowl of hazelnuts. Your son comes home, it's like, "Ooh, hazelnuts." Yeah, they were better when they had chocolate on them, though.
Oh my God. You're so wrong.
Yuck.
So wrong.
I know. We used to buy a box of those every year, and and butter shortbread. Danish butter shortbread.
Mhm. This time of year, I like the shortbread Christmas cookies.
Yeah, shortbread's good.
That's what I got a bag right now. There's a shortbread. Yeah, holiday shortbread cookies.
Sure, I mean,
Do
that's
love-
find the name of those.
Hi, Beth.
Oh,
I
and
think I said
peanut butter,
you.
peanut butter squares too. Hey Jeff, how's it going?
Welcome back, Annie.
Thank you. Divinity. That's what I was trying to think of.
Ooh, that's
I had to put
gross.
the dog out. Yeah, that's what he was describing is divinity.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like Turkish delight, right?
Hi, Dutchman.
I don't think I've ever had Turkish delights. I don't know.
There you go. Ice Mountain. That's what they're called.
Never heard of them.
Never
Yeah,
heard of it.
little mountains with like a mousse center and hazelnut, dark and white chocolate.
I would like it. It sounds good.
They're freaking awesome.
Hey, Jeff.
$25 a box.
Man, no, I don't like it that much. I don't think I
Yeah.
like any candy that much.
They're really good when they're really good when you get them gifted to you. Other than that, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody wanted to buy them for me, I wouldn't say no. But no, I wouldn't spend that much on candy.
What was that about, Connie?
I'm fighting with my phone.
She's like, I was like, what the heck?
Get those
Hey, Jeff,
boxing
what are you up
gloves
to?
on.
Well, that's right.
I
Jeff's
I
playing
did
with his trains.
I did something and then I was making something and then I clicked it and it disappeared. I had to redo it.
I love shortbread cookies.
Mhm.
Yes. Sweet tarts are my favorite candy, actually.
I don't like sweet tarts. Too
I'm not
tarty.
a fan of sweet tarts.
I'm your freaking lemon. I hate sour stuff.
I love sour. Well, sweet tarts are, I don't think sweet tarts are all that sour. Now, warheads, I love me some warheads.
Bottle cap.
I always
used to
thought
like
bottle
that.
caps was, well, I like the grape ones.
Root beer.
Okay. I finished it. How does this look?
A bit of this, a bit of that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yep.
You can
Hi,
have
Brady.
You gonna have itty bitty singing in the back, playing in the background?
Sure. No. No. Hi, Rudy.
Are there going to be
Really?
dead bodies?
Hey,
Huh?
buddy, how's it going?
Will there be dead bodies involved
Yeah, a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A
and
little
some
bit of
blood?
this and a little bit of that.
Maybe some blood. I don't know. Axe.
Chainsaws, a couple
Butcher knife.
golf clubs.
Machetes.
Boy, you guys are like, whoo.
Yeah, you guys are pretty
Ooh,
morbid.
ooh, chains with hooks on the end of them. Meat hooks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that would cause some
So-
damage.
The meat
Sounds-
hooks.
Sounds okay.
Wait, crochet hooks with a chain on it?
Could you imagine?
Here, I was over here being all dark and shit. I've been watching way too much true crime here lately and listening to it.
And yeah, some of the stuff you read. Yeah.
Some of the stuff I read,
Yeah, you're bad.
although I am watching a trial right now of a guy who murdered his wife on their honeymoon. I was like, man, you couldn't have waited a couple months? Jeez, at least let her have a good vacation. That sucks.
Honeymoon
At least
was over pretty quick.
At least let the insurance kick in. Jesus.
Never did understand that stuff.
So what is everybody working on? Exactly.
A hat.
A hat.
Exactly. No, that's not exactly, Annie. Exactly. You just tell
I'm
us the
working on a
weight-
striped hat. That's all I
the
can
weight of
say.
the-
And
weight of the
crochet
yarn,
hat.
the size, weight of the yarn, size of the hook, what stitch you're using, whether you're doing a starting with a circle.
Here's red heart latte stripes, a size. I don't know what size that hook is. A J hook, half double crochets, my own design. That's all I can tell you. It's going to fit an adult. Or a very large-headed child.
I'm working on my blanket.
Details. Come on, details.
Details. I'm using 4-weight yarn, red and white. I'm switching back and forth, so it's a row of white, row of red. I'm using a J hook,
Are you
which
going to
is
go
a
around it in green?
six
And make it Christmas?
millimeter. No, 6 millimeter, and I'm using the double crochet duo stitch.
Well, yeah,
No, there's no green. No green. No,
you're gonna explain that to me.
That's not fair, Joe. I have to make an entire blanket with green. You could do a border.
I don't want to. I
Who
still
says you're
have
gonna
to
an
do a
entire blanket?
camouflage. I have to do a freaking camouflage blanket
Why do you gotta do
for
an
a
entire
6
blanket
foot
in green?
6 person. Oh
It is
hell!
for a friend of mine who is going through chemo. I'm making her a chemo blanket, and her favorite color is green. So green it will be.
Well, you can do a light green. I could handle that.
I'm
I
doing
don't
dark green, white. I may throw in some like a dark sage because I have a lot of it.
Oh no! I couldn't do it. No. Mm-mm. It's going to kill me to make a camouflage blanket.
Why?
Actually, just concentrate on the beige and ignore the green. Pretend it doesn't exist. I have made an entire blanket out of camouflage.
Oh my god! I wonder
Concentrate
if
on
I
the
put
color
like
you
those
like.
sunglasses on that have like a yellow tint. Do they make it different colored?
Yes, I have some of those glasses.
No, it's something.
Jeff said he videotaped and posted what he was doing, some woodworking, but sales is down, so he's not making much wood stuff. Grandkids want to play with the trains, so he's playing with trains.
All right.
That sounds fair to me.
I like trains.
I like trains.
I like riding on trains.
Never been on a train, but I like trains.
I basically grew up on trains.
Yeah,
I grew up next to the train tracks.
that
My
counts.
dad worked for Amtrak, so we went on trains a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody used to complain about the sound of the trains. I found that very relaxing to hear a train go through.
They're
We
very harmonic and melodic.
we
Yeah.
have always lived close enough to the train tracks that we can hear them. Doesn't bother me one bit. The only part that did bother me is when I would stay at my aunt and uncle's house, and the train tracks was right against their property, and we'd be out in the backyard. Sometimes it scared the crap out of you because it was right by the street, so the horns would go in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Connie, I connected to you.
I'm guessing he subbed to you.
Okay. I'm like, what?
All right, John,
Thank
it's your turn to
Thank,
explain exactly what you're working on.
thank you, Ruby.
Oh,
And
I'm
we need
working on.
details, lots of
I'm
details.
still working on a neck warmer using Red Heart Super Saver. Oh no, it's not. It's Burnat Super Value. Same thing.
Get the facts right, at least. Jesus.
It's from Your Inspirations. It's number 4 weight. Blah blah blah. It color. It doesn't even say what color it is. This is weird.
Blah,
Oh,
blah, blah, blah.
it's called Gray Rag. Right? It's like gray. There's different colors of gray in it. There you go. Gray, like gray fleck. I'm using half doubles for it, and it's gonna basically go around there.
What size hook are you using?
Oh, I'm using an H hook.
Is it going to go around your whole head?
Yep.
Is it just going to be the cowl part?
Yep. Just like here.
Oh,
I was thinking about doing the hood part, but I never wear hoods anyway. I never wear hoods, so it'd be a waste of time anyway.
right,
But because I always wear neck warmers over my nose, my ears, so
right. Cool.
I'm basically
All right,
just doing a
Connie,
flat.
your
I'm gonna
turn.
just doing a flag. I'm gonna join the back, and I might throw a drawstring at the top and bottom edge of it.
To make it so you can tighten it up.
If you do that, I would
Yep.
make sure it's in the back. That'd be annoying in the front.
I prefer it in the front because then I can just undo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hanging around your face.
No, I'll tuck it in.
That would annoy me. But it's okay, John. I'm easily annoyed.
You don't have to wear it.
True. But I've actually seen other people wearing things that annoyed me, and it annoyed me to see them wearing it.
John, just make sure you never go on camera wearing it so you won't
Yeah.
annoy Annie.
You won't annoy me with it. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Connie, your turn.
I'm making this thing that's called crochet, and it's double crochets and chains, and it's this long. Let's see. Go on, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going to the end. It's like a shawl, but it's not it's not a scarf, and
Yeah.
it's not a full shawl. It's just
It's a stole.
yeah, it's a stole, and it is made out of acrylic yarn, and it's very thin. I don't know what weight that is. Probably a 2. And it's from Temu, and I don't know the brand. And it is white, purple, and blue, light blue.
Who's eating candy, Annie?
And
I have a sweet tooth tonight. Leave me alone.
more details. I got to give you more details. I got the pattern off of, what was her name again? Joe, what did I tell you her name was?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, I was in here when she said it, and I can't remember it either.
Hold on.
Brianna K.
No. It was
K off the hook.
no Fiber Flux.
Yeah, Fiberflex.
and it was her pattern she created. And so it has, if you look at it, it's a 2-row pattern, and so it's got V's, and then it has the 5 double crochet. Can you guys see it? Yeah. And then the next row, I'll put the V in the middle of the 4 double crochets, not 5, 4. And then I'll do V's, and that's how it works up. That's it.
So yeah, everybody knows what everybody's working on in detail.
Yes. And I'm going to run out, and I'm not going to have enough yarn to finish it until I get my order that I ordered of yarn.
Be about another week.
Yeah, probably another week. That way I can finish this. And I went to Hobby Lobby today, and I got 9 more skeins of yarn. And see that shelf behind me right there?
Uh-huh.
That's where it's at. It's back there.
It's hiding.
Well, I got a new set of shelves that's cube shelves. And so it's in my craft room. And that's what you
Welcome
can
in,
see.
Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Hey,
Her new
Greg.
yarn lurks in the shadows.
Greg, you're still alive.
Hey, Ivy.
Hey, Ivy.
Hey,
Hi, Ivy.
Yep.
Oh, shoot. I didn't tell you what kind of size of hook I'm using. It is 5 millimeter. And I can't
Anybody win
remember.
a bingo today?
No,
I didn't say.
I was not in town, so I was at the
Yes, right.
hospital. So I couldn't turn it on.
Well, if I remember, I'll play tomorrow.
I was watching it on my phone in Christmas shopping, so I'm assuming all I won was 25 points.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're a winner.
Tomorrow is Germany,
Okay,
1 p.m.
cool. If I well, see, 1 p.m. tomorrow. If you remind us, I'll plan on being home.
I need reminded sometimes too.
Okay.
Herb said he was going to send me a text or message at 12:30
So
to
he's using
remind
a
me.
number 10 brush for whatever he's doing.
But Herb said he was going to message me at 12:30.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
What's for tomorrow, Zach? To remind me to play bingo at 1.
Yes, Greg, we said bingo, but we play Hobie Bingo 4 days a week. And if you win, you can get yarn.
Or accoutrement.
Yeah.
Zach,
I
what
have,
did the dad say he's doing Christmas?
last week when I was watching the Hobie Bingo, when it was in Germany, I had my husband sit next to me so he could translate for me because he speaks German.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah.
I just speak hillbilly.
And you do such a fine job of that.
I know. Like, I can count in Spanish.
So can I. But that's about
I
it.
taught both of my kids. I taught my granddaughter. She goes, wow, those words sound weird. And I was like, you just counted in Spanish. She goes, oh, so I'm bilingual now. And I was like, no, you're not bilingual now. I said, you can just count in Spanish.
Well, so my daughter, or my granddaughter, Zay, she is, she was a dual immersion for Portuguese. So she can speak Portuguese, and now she's learning Spanish, which is similar but not exact. But Yeah, but my husband, he speaks German, Spanish, Italian, English, a little bit of French, and a little bit of Russian.
Damn.
That would be cool.
Well, and the only one he ever took classes for was the Spanish. He took it in 7th and 8th grade in school, and he has retained it. And then when he was in the army, he was in Germany. And so on his days off, he would go down to the beer houses. He'd put his money on the table and he would sit there for hours and drink and listen to them speaking. And within 2 weeks, he was fluent in
Some people
German.
can do with languages like that.
He can. And so that's how he picked up Italian because a friend of his was dating an Italian girl that lived there in Germany. And so they would go to lunch with or dinner at their house, and they were speaking English, Italian, and German at the table, and he just picked it up. And he was a cop for 24 years, and anytime they needed someone to translate, they would call him. And this one time it was a Russian guy, and my husband was picked up on the Russian within a few minutes.
Welcome in, Debbie.
Was the
Hi,
Russian
Debbie.
like, look, it's a moose and a squirrel?
Well,
No.
everybody, I mean, they had like about.
My name is Boris and my girlfriend's name is Natasha.
In 2006 or 7, the kids all started complaining. The like middle school, high school, because the only languages that they offer in our county was French and Spanish. Well, everybody's like, they're good with the Spanish. We have a lot of Spanish-speaking people in our county.
Right.
They were good. But they're like, how many of us is ever going to have a chance to go to France and use French?
How many are ever going to go down in New Orleans and speak French? Come on.
They lobby because Toyota is here now, and there's a lot of people working there, and there's a lot of families, their kids are working there as they get older, and they wanted them to start offering Japanese. One of my oldest son's friends, he took the Japanese course, and he now lives in Tokyo, and he said he will never come back to the United States.
Yeah. So in Tooele, Utah, where I used to live, or in in Utah, the schools, they have immersion schools throughout all of their schools. So what it is the school, you start from kindergarten or 1st grade until 6th grade. Half the day you go to English speaking teacher and you only speak English. And the other half of the day you go to the immersion, which they have, and they're all different. All the schools are different. So you have Spanish, you have German, you have Portuguese, you have Mandarin, you have Chinese, you have Japanese, you have all these different ones. I don't even know all of them. And the reason why they're doing that is because they need it for when they get older, because those languages are well used in the United States. So they do the dual immersion. That's how my granddaughter learned.
I think if they would offer
Portuguese.
Languages to younger kids, that kids would pick up languages a lot quicker.
They do.
Instead of waiting until they're in high school.
In fact, they're not allowed. Yeah. They're not allowed to speak English in the. They do French too. They're not allowed to speak English in the immersion classes. And so we're like, well, can they speak any English? And they said on the first day they can speak one English word. And they're like, well, then how are they going to learn it? And they're like, they figure it out. They figure out.
Immersed in it.
You're immersed in it, and they figure it out within a couple of days. They're already speaking the language because that's all you hear. So, in fact, the kids all the teachers could speak English, but the kids never heard their immersion teachers speaking English at all. They only spoke English when they were like in the teacher's lounge and stuff. Other than that, they never spoke English.
I wish they had offered stuff like that when I was in school, because I would have totally went in for something like that.
I'm not good at picking up languages. I lived in Southern California, and all I heard was Spanish, and all I can do is some swear words. That's about it. That's all I
Hey,
picked
that's
up.
the most important ones. That and where can I go pee?
Yeah. I went to school classes, and I heard Spanish as much as I did English. Never did understand what the heck they were saying. Now, German, on the other hand, if I'm not paying attention and my husband says something to me in German, I don't even think about it and I answer him, but I don't know what he said. I couldn't repeat it, but I
Subconsciously, you understand it though.
understood it enough to answer him, but I couldn't answered him in English. But
I worked with a girl at Kroger's years ago, and nobody make fun of West Virginians. We're all not stupid, but she was. I'm sorry. Her sister married a Mexican guy. He was a sweet guy, treated her really good. He's a hard worker. But she was convinced that because he was Mexican, the baby was going to come out speaking Spanish.
Oh my God.
And her sister's like, that's not how it works. She said, I'm telling you, that baby's going to pop out, and the first words out of its mouth, it's going to speak Spanish. She said, well, yeah, because we're going to teach the baby Spanish as well as English. And she said, well, no. She said, it's never going to be able to talk English because it has a Spanish father or a Mexican father. And she just looked at her and she goes, I really told mom and dad you needed help years ago. I really wish they had listened.
Wow.
okay, that's I'm not going to say that's stupid. That was stupid. Okay, I had a lady I used to babysit. By the way, if Herb, you're still here, have a good
I
night.
heard.
He's
I heard.
Pam's sick. He's got to take to her.
Yeah, she's really sick tonight.
Okay, so
Her
this little girl. Okay, the little girl I babysat. Her dad was Spanish. Her mother was English, and she had a bunch of half brothers that were all Spanish. Hi, Jeanette. And he
Yeah.
taught all the boys how to speak Spanish, but he wouldn't speak Spanish to the girl. And her mom's like, and he wouldn't speak Spanish to the mother, even though she was English. And she's like, why aren't you teaching her how to speak Spanish? And he said, I don't want her to be mistreated in school. And she's like, but you're doing a disservice to her. She could be bilingual. He refused, but then a couple years later, she gave birth to a little boy. He taught him how to speak Spanish.
Hi, Jeanette.
Hey, Jeanette, how's it going? How you doing today? How you doing this week? It's been a while since we've seen you. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen you.
Hello, hello,
Who are
hello.
you? Who are
Hello.
you?
Hi,
The
Jessica.
voice sounds familiar,
What?
but the voice sounds familiar, but the face looks different.
What's wrong with the
The
face?
glasses. The glasses. You got your glasses on.
Sorry.
There you go. Hey, Jazz, how's it going? Didn't recognize you. Oh, wait. Clark Kent? Is that Clark Kent? Jazz. Hey, Jazz, how's it going?
What the? Alright, sorry. Oh, okay, now I can't see. I'm not kidding. I don't know. My eyeballs are hurting tonight. I gotta get you. Yeah. Like my rainbow wall?
What's that?
My rainbow wall. It's a rainbow wall. For real.
Somebody's turned down their TV.
Glad to hear it, Jeanette. Jeanette said she's doing good.
Good. Good night, Pat. Good night, Herb.
Good night. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hey. So I heard you. If you're too boisterous, you're gonna get kicked out of the Airbnb. That's what I heard last night. What's going on with that? I heard if you're too boisterous. Yeah, I heard if you're too boisterous, you're gonna get kicked out of the Airbnb.
Yeah, we can't.
She froze.
We got an hour. We got an hour. We got neighbors upstairs and next door.
There's up there. It's not.
Mona, Mona, what were you doing all day today?
I was trying to crochet and watching The Madness.
Wait. You were crocheting all day long and you didn't go live?
No,
Why? Why not?
because I was in here watching movies.
You could be, that's fine. You could be like, look, this is me lazing watching movies while I'm crocheting. Look what I'm doing today.
You don't need to know what I'm doing today.
I would have tuned in to watch that all day long.
You would have. I thought you was at work.
I was at work.
Okay, well, I mean, how you gonna watch it all day long when you at work?
That'll be on my phone. You'll get the watch time for it. Get the watch hours. Kick your algorithm all out to lunch.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it was other people on all day today.
I don't care about other people.
Why would I want to watch other people?
Oh, you wanna watch me?
I wanna watch my friends.
You wanna watch me? Look,
I tried to get dice today, but they didn't have
they ain't no dice?
Are you doing magic tricks now? Are you gonna do magic trick for us?
No. I don't know how to do magic tricks. Even though when I was a kid, I wanted to be a magician.
You gonna show us how to count cards?
My mom hated that. I was trying to be a magician. I was taking that bag and throw the ball up in the air and with the bag pop like the ball. I can't. You think I don't know how to do that? Okay. Okay, I know how to do it. I've been doing it. I've been doing it. You know?
But what are you gonna play?
Oh, I can play all kinds of stuff. We got solitary, all kinds of ways. Which way you want to play? You see, all the yeah, I am. It's hurting.
So then don't do that.
That's why I put it down. You gave it back to me.
Well, then get it. And put your brain on front door. The purple door. We have purple doors. The door is purple.
everybody should have a purple door.
You know
Or
what?
and a rainbow wall.
I wish I could have one.
Like everybody needs a rainbow
I
wall.
won't be. I'm gonna have a rainbow wall.
We have 2 rainbow walls actually.
Actually, and that with TV mounted on, but I don't want my TV mounted on the wall because that limits me to how I decorate my house. Because I move all the way around. I even block the doggone fireplace at a certain time of the year because it's not being used. So I can have the couch going in front of it,
Right.
you know, and I can have my TV on the other side of the room. I can actually watch people when they come in instead of them having to come around the corner or my back is turned to them when they come in. Because the fireplace is Yeah. I got to fix my fireplace. I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna use it. I want to lay up in front of it.
I need to get with you about that, Jeanette. She said her knitting machine is still available.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, go down the street and go take a look at it and pick it up.
Where are you
It's
going?
finding the time. I can't just like jump in the car and go places. I have to plan this stuff out. Make
Why
sure
not?
somebody's around.
Go do it. Just go do it.
Shark dog. Oh, that little turd. She does not like having her lead taken off. She don't care if you put the lead on her, but when you go to take the lead off of her, she nips your fingers. So I was just like, fine. And I tied her to the table leg. She can get all the way to the water bowl and into the kitchen and back.
So what's
Wow,
everybody
quiet. What you been doing, Jess?
working? Yeah, working. Hanging out with Mona and working. Other than that, working. Yeah, door dashing, getting my temporary tag stolen off of my car. Yeah, no big deal.
That's why I always put them in the back window.
I didn't do it. The dealership did. So it's what it is. No big deal. And actually, if you can get it to the point where not in the proper place. But it is what it is. So
Tags get stolen around here all the time. You would think they would just say, hey, put this up in the back window instead of, because they do that here too. But when I brought it home, I just took them off and put them up in the back window. So I was like, yep, I'm not going to deal with that.
it's whatever. No big deal. Take care of that tomorrow. And then resume life as it shall be. But what is everybody working on? I see John's crocheting, and then I see me, and then I don't see nobody else.
And I'm crocheting.
Account is muted.
Everybody's crocheting. We already went through this. You gotta rewind the video and start it again.
Sorry, I
That's
didn't.
pretty. Is that red? That's a pretty red.
Yes, it is red. It's a shimmery red.
It's a sparkly red.
So I'm doing
Sparkly.
Sparkly.
sparkly granny square.
Pretty.
Oh,
Gonna make a bunch of-
what was the seagull's name from? No, that was Secret of Nim. What was that crow's name from Secret of Nim? Look at my sparkly.
Oh, I don't remember. By God, I haven't watched Secret of
I
Nim
know.
Don't know.
10
Never heard.
years. You would enjoy it. It's a
one of my
great
favorite
movie.
movies.
It's animated, but it's one of the best movies I believe I've ever watched.
So what's it called?
The Secret of Nim.
Secret of Nim. Well, his name was Jeremy. Jeremy the Crow. He was trying to build a nest to get a mate, and he had a sparkly. Look at my sparkly that he had in the middle of his nest.
Well, yeah, because everybody knows that anything shiny, a woman's going to be attracted to, even if it's a woman crow.
And then he found Miss Bright.
Greg, believe it or not, I had dogs named Heckle and Jekyll. Jekyll we kept, Heckle we did not. We found him a good home because at the time we could only afford to feed one dog.
Yes, his name was Jeremy. The Secret of Nim.
Okay. I believe it.
I think Jess should crochet a Jeremy.
Oh, just a crochet in here?
Yeah. Jessica should crochet Jeremy. A
Okay.
crochet crow.
Crows are one of my favorite birds. What
I
are
think my
you
favorite
crocheting?
bird is fried chicken.
What about fried chicken?
I said my favorite bird is fried chicken.
Yeah, I prefer turkey.
Never had fried turkey. Don't know.
Ooh, deep fried turkey. The
I have
best.
never had a deep fried turkey,
Oh my
but I
goodness.
think I'd like it because I love the crispy skin on a turkey.
Yeah, it's so good.
And, you know, not to brag, but my Thanksgiving turkey skin, oh my God, that was the prettiest turkey I believe I've ever made. Tasted
Yeah,
pretty good too, but it was, no,
we never even saw a picture of it.
I don't take pictures of them. I live in the moment. Everybody's like, oh, you don't take pictures. I'm busy being right there. I don't carry my phone around with me. I should, so I could get more candid videos of the baby, torture her with when she gets older and has a boyfriend.
Yep.
Because that's my job.
I'm horrible at remembering to take pictures.
I used to take a lot of pictures, but then it seemed like I missed a lot because I was so busy taking pictures. So I just stopped doing it. Don't spill it all over the cabinet this time.
Why not? You're not fun.
What kind of lame rules that?
Right? I don't have my set up. Chat is pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah, Greg threw it right out of the loop.
Good job, Greg.
Greg and Jeff.
That's
When's the last time
because
Greg played bingo?
the other night when he got a glass of milk, he poured the glass so full that we was cleaning milk up out of the floor, and I didn't want a mess to clean up. So, yeah.
Greg, how'd you run chat?
Huh?
I'm blaming Greg for checking.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, he's not hollering bingo every 2 minutes.
Do we need to play bingo? Do we need to play bingo?
Greg came in. The first thing he said was, "Did somebody say bingo?"
No, we didn't. Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yes,
Yeah,
he did.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were talking about
we're
Hobie
talking-
bingo when
we're
he came
talking
in.
about Hobie bingo.
Yeah, I forgot to play today. Huh? Yep, I forgot to play Hopi bingo. Football. Hopefully, if we play bingo, I can't crochet. Ooh, I need my tape measure. So I can measure.
You know what you did, Greg. Greg said, what did I do?
You're great.
You stalled the chat, Greg. You got to grab your booster cables.
We
What
did
is
find
that?
out, Connie, that this dog absolutely adores taking a bath.
Oh shit!
Oh, really?
Oh, she cut such a shine. She was prancing around when she got out of the tub, like, look at me. I was like, okay. Well, and I looked at her, I said, she fight? He said, nope. He said, I put her in the tub and she laid right down on her belly. I was
That's
like, okay,
cool.
let's do this.
That is
It's
cool.
just so much easier when you have one that cooperates at bath time.
Mine just
What's-
stands there and lets you do it.
What's the quickest stitch? What's the fastest stitch you guys find?
Treble.
I find a half double is the quickest for me. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
See, I'm doing half.
Hey, Crystal, welcome in.
I think that the double or the treble is you get done further faster, of course, because they're taller. But the fastest one for me to actually crochet is the half double.
I don't know. I think I do trebles faster than I do half doubles.
I don't.
I can fly. I can fly on trebles because I think they're fun to make. I know
Yeah,
that's
but they're
weird, but
it's not a very close knit stitch though, right?
no. If
No.
you want
Yeah.
a close knit, I would say half double.
Yeah.
Hey, Auntie Beth, how are you, baby girl? How are you? That song stuck in my head.
Find a place where you're comfortable, dude.
Preferably not singing Elmo's World, but that's the song that is stuck in my head.
Oh, let's not.
That's Elmo's World. His grand.
I know.
I guess I'd have to watch the show at least once in order to understand what you're singing about. I guess I'd have to watch the show at least once in order to know what you're singing about.
You've never watched Sesame Street, Elmo?
No, I've seen Sesame Street's Elmo, but I've never watched Elmo's World.
Elmo's World. He loves his crayons, his goldfish too. Yep, that's where my brain's at. It's not Elmo's World. It's Elmo's World. Auntie Beth is still breathing, which apparently that hooks some people. We'll flip it over, I'm sure. It's almost time for dinner. So. I know.
You haven't had dinner yet?
Mm-mm. Almost on the way. In the works. Do 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 do. And I have popsicles. I'm excited. I have popsicles. Okay, be back.
We'll know it's bedtime.
What?
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 What? When?
How now, brown cow?
At least we'll know when it's bedtime.
Yes, when I start eating my popsicle. I know this terrible. You guys know me too well. Well, yeah. And the bananas. The banana popsicles. Bananas and pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas and pajamas are chasing teddy bears.
Wait. They're coming down in pairs. Down the stairs.
Yes, down the stairs.
And then they're chasing teddy bears.
Who cares? Whatever. They're in pajamas. It's bananas and pajamas.
What are their names?
That I do not remember.
Banana 1, Banana 2. That's why they got number 1 and 2 on their pajamas.
Wife made nuts and bolts today. Explain, Greg.
Bits and bytes.
What?
Bits and bytes.
What's it? What? Bits and bytes. No, it said nuts and bolts.
Yeah, bits and bytes.
No, he said nuts and bolts.
Yeah, bits and bytes.
No, you're saying bits and bytes. He says nuts and bolts.
Don't you remember the Bits and Bites commercials with Buddy and
Who?
his dog? Bits and Bites commercials with Buddy and his dog.
Who?
Ooh,
Buddy?
the best thing I like about Bits and Bites is every time you shake it in a bag, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's a mixture every time.
What are we talking about?
We're
You
talking
said
about
bits and bites. He says nuts and bolts.
you have to say okay, Americans know what is Bits and Bites, and Canadians know what is nuts and bolts.
No, I've heard of Muddy Buddies.
Okay, it's pretzels, Cheerios, and Shreddies.
Shreddies? What is Shreddies?
Shredded wheat, little mini ones without the frosting.
Shreddies.
No. Ugh. Who eats those?
Me?
Canadians.
Without stuff on them.
Yeah.
No, they got to be decorated. They need stuff on them.
No.
Yes.
Nah, I just like
Yeah.
I just like it straight.
No.
Yeah, strawberry stuff on them.
Or
No.
are you talking about like Triscuits?
No. Shredded wheat.
No,
Frosted
Shreddies.
shredded wheat.
No, Shreddies.
What is Shreddies?
What? Describe a shreddy.
A Shreddy? Okay, basically they're like one by one shredded wheat squares. They're flat.
Right.
Yeah.
But so there's still shredded
With
wheat.
frosting on it.
No.
That's
Strawberry.
frosted shredded wheat. Just plain.
No, there's no reason to eat non-frosted shredded wheat.
No, we're talking nuts and bolts, bits and bites, pretzels, Shreddies, Cheerios.
See, I thought it was pretzel sticks, Cheerios, and square pretzels. I don't remember ever putting shredded wheat in them. Not
Yeah.
that I wouldn't, because that sounds good. Oh,
No,
and
we
peanuts.
put Shreddies.
And
We put
peanuts.
Shreddies in it. Shreddies. And
No, I only
you put them in a bowl, mix it up with salt, soy sauce, and some of the
Butter.
kind of the types of seasonings, butter. Then put them on a pan, throw them in the oven, bake them, and then pull them out, and then put them in a bowl, and again, or bag them up. Yeah,
It's
like
kind of like
the
what
Chris-
we would
the
call
Christmas
snack
treat, man.
mix, Jess. It's just a snack mix. Yes, they actually make
Yeah, square pretzels.
yes, square pretzels.
Square pretzels, bastards.
Yeah.
They look like windows. Look like
Little
window
windows.
panes.
Yes, little window panes.
Brown
I've had-
bag. I'm trying to think of the brand name. It's a brown bag.
But you can't-
Starts with an S.
Yes.
Damn it. They actually have the honey nut and or the honey mustard. Gosh dang it. Brown and yellow bag.
Yeah, and it's a German word.
Yes, and I cannot think of the name.
Holy
Yeah.
cow!
It's not-
You're telling me?
it's
Oh
not
my god!
those- It's not Snyder's.
Yeah, Snyder's. No,
No, it's not Snyder's.
no. But it starts with an S. SCH.
Yeah, it does start with an S, but it's not Snyder's.
Okay,
No.
so Shreddies apparently has been in Canada since 1939. Apparently, they're not marketed down in the states.
Okay, well, if that was a clearer picture. We had one. What was it? It wasn't called shredded wheat, though. It was like what he described, but it was a cereal, but there was usually two little
Chex. Chex mix.
no Chex mix, completely different. I love rice Chex, corn Chex, and wheat Chex. Yeah, and I like them in a snack mix too. That's what we put in our snack mix, is like the pretzels, the Chex mix, peanuts, and crunchy Cheetos. Schmitz? No, is it Schmitz? It might be her. I don't think it's hers either.
All right, now I'm gonna have to do some research because it's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna look it up.
Bits and bites.
Sure.
Come in a package. Bits and bites. So
Yeah,
apparently they have toasty ones, cheesy ones, salty ones, and sweet ones. So Shreddies, pretzels, straight pretzels, and Cheerios, and then Cheez-Its. Bits and bites.
Well, down here they're marketed
Oh.
as snack mix.
Annie, it's Schneider's.
Yes.
Schneider's pretzels.
I don't think it's Schneider's.
Oh, it's Schneider's.
Let me go
Brown
up
bag
because I know
chocolate.
it's not hers. I just look hers.
Hold on. No, it's Schneider's.
Yep. Nope. You're right. It is Schneider's. Okay. So we have solved that mystery.
And they have the window panes ones. I had to look up the honey mustard pretzels. Yeah, it's Schneider's. Yep. Thank you, Auntie Beth. I did the same. It was going to drive me crazy.
But that is Anthony's favorite pretzels. He likes the pretzel rods. He likes the small pretzel, the straight pretzels.
Ours are called Muddy Buddies, and these things are so good.
That's the Chex Mix with powdered sugar and chocolate on them.
Yes, I love the Muddy Buddies. It's called Puppy Chow.
Yep.
Right. Crispix. Crispix are the equivalent to Chex.
Yes.
Crispix is shaped different than Chex is.
But
yes,
they're
like
better if they're
Crispix always reminded me of an old-timey coffin, their shape. Wow, I should really think about how I think of things, because that was kind of dark. Coffin-shaped cereal. I wonder if they have coffin-shaped cereal. They probably have tried to market it at some point. Stop. He has a headache.
You need me to
You what? I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna wash this.
No, there wasn't. There was one called Waffles. Waffles. Bones. There's Bones cereal.
I'm shocked. Especially at Halloween, they're missing a total thing they could sell to kids with. I think my favorite sweetened cereal is Fruit Loops.
See, they should actually make this Undertaker death cereal, coffin-shaped cereal. There you go.
See, I told you they had to have made one.
No,
Is
it's
that
fake
Quaker?
though. It's
Is it
fake though.
Quaker?
No, it's the Undertaker.
Oh my
It's
God.
the Undertaker. It's supposed to be Quaker notes, so.
Ooh, Greg, yes, Bugles. Love Bugles. Bugles are delicious.
Hellfire Blazing Brand. Wow.
Never heard of them.
Swamp Fruit.
Scissors. Okay, scissors.
No, I'm gonna use this anyway, so I where's my feet? Yeah. You wanna? Yeah, I'm gonna take tomorrow and go.
Frosted Flake Glazed Donut Holes.
Damn.
Also in Apple Jacks.
No, thank you. No, I don't like Apple Jacks. I think Apple Jacks taste oily.
I never had Crave. You guys ever have Crave cereal?
Yes, it's delicious. It's the chocolate filled. Do you see
Yep.
my bacon?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bacon.
I have heard of it. I do not believe I've ever eaten it.
So apparently this is covered in sugar
Oh,
and cinnamon.
yeah. I'd eat that.
I think that's a waste of bacon.
Nah. You can make
Oh, yeah,
bacon
I have
candy
a
with
feeling
it.
it's going to be pretty good. It's like
Candy bacon is like the best.
Yeah, any bacon.
Applejack's the most
It
baked
should be
cereal.
best. Or at least, have like vampire shaped teeth pieces of cereal, something. And I don't like that either because I also find it oily.
See, I think Count Chocula should have been freaking like tooth flavored or like tooth shaped. Or Count Chocula, sorry. Count Chocula should have been tooth shaped. Blueberry should have been Frankenberry.
Yep. Missed a perfect opportunity for advertising.
Yep.
Oh, there you go, Beth. You said coffins and bats.
Greg says, what do they feed the pigs to make that bacon? Cinnamon and sugar. Cinnamon, cinnamon,
Nope.
cinnamon. Cinnamon. That's like saying aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminium. Yes.
Aluminium.
I'm glad you actually
It's
said
here
it.
to say it that way. I'm sorry.
It is aluminium.
Here's to say it
That's how
our
it's-
way, and I cannot do it. So aluminium, it shall be.
That's how it's spelled. And that's how you say it is aluminium.
It's like parchment paper.
What?
Parchment paper.
Parchment paper.
Yeah, parchment paper.
Parchment.
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 Parch. It's CH.
Parch.
Parchment. Parchment paper.
Nope. Parch.
Parch.
It's a hard CH.
Yep. Parchment. Soy soldier. Toy soldier. What? Soy soldier.
Say
Wait,
solder. Solder.
Solder.
Say cock.
Solder. What?
What was that?
Silicone. Caulking. Cock.
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 Yeah, I only recently realized or found out that I was pronouncing that incorrectly.
Caulk.
Cough.
There's an L
Caulk.
in there, and it should be pronounced.
Now I'll bite my tongue if I try to say the L.
Seriously? Okay.
I don't even have any. I got construction adhesive, and I got construction adhesive, and I got acoustic sealant. I don't have any caulking. I got some silicone. Oh,
Anthony's
see, I do
having
have.
a complete conversation behind me. I was just trying to join in.
I have some acrylic latex caulk with silicone.
Caulk.
So I said caulk. Solder.
I blame my speech teacher. She told me to pronounce those letters.
It's amazing how much better you can see with
There's one.
It's
Solder.
amazing how better you can see with glasses.
Solder and flux.
You see better?
It's good.
Can't wait to get some glasses so I can see.
Not to be mistaken for SODDER, which is also a word pronounced the same.
Well, it depends on whether you're doing your lawn or whether you're working with metal.
Uh-huh.
Beth, I think you're waking bacon wrong.
Yeah, that's not right, Auntie Beth. I thought it was wake and bake, not fake bake. I'm just saying.
Yeah, saying you're waking bacon wrong.
Oh, bacon! I like bacon. I like bacon. What? I like bacon.
Bacon makes everything better.
Does it? Are you sure?
Well, except chocolate. I'm sorry, chocolate bacon. I'm not a fan of.
No, I do not like chocolate bacon, but I do like candied bacon.
What a bacon? Do you like
Candied
bacon?
bacon.
Candy bacon.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
bacon is okay.
candied bacon's good. I do not like chocolate bacon.
Auntie Beth. Yep, that's the daily.
Seems like a waste of both to me.
Absolutely, Annie. I've never had chocolate bacon, but I can say that no, those two things.
I have had it. I didn't find it pleasant. And I love salty sweet. It's just, has anybody besides me noticed that bacon is nowhere near as salty as it used to be?
Yep.
Unless you get the bar S. The bar S bacon is actually pretty salty.
We don't have that brand.
And it's actually an applewood or a hardwood smoke, not applewood.
There is one, it's the Great Value brand, and it's a thick cut because that's what Anthony prefers, and he's the bacon. He is the bacon connoisseur of the family because he's the one that eats the most of it. I got it, and it's beautiful bacon, and it cooks up really nice, and then you bite into it, and there's not a bit of salt. And I was trying to tell Bill, I said, when you cook it, you got to salt it because there's no salt in it. He said, it's bacon. Of course there's salt in it. And he got done. I said, now taste it. And he goes, there's no salt in it. I said, I told you that before you cooked it. Listen to your wife. Why do you think I exist? To tell you these things.
To prove you wrong.
Well, yeah, that too. Nope, Beth, I have been noticing that for the last couple of years. And I thought at first it's where I had COVID and I lost my sense of taste. And then I noticed that sausage is also not as salty as it used to be. And I'm sorry, neither one of those meats are good for you. And neither one of them is good for your heart. But they're supposed to be salty. Of course, this way, you can control how much salt's in them. So there's always that. I got to go find an H hut too. I'll find one, go get one.
How much is it?
I am vacuuming furniture tomorrow because I got to start moving stuff around. I vacuum it all once a week, but I like to give it a couple times a year, give it a really deep way in the cracks and flip it upside down and vacuum it good. I'm a weirdo. What can I say?
Yeah, but once a year I like to go deep in the cracks too.
Ha 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 ha. I knew you was going to use that. I knew it. I walked right into that one. And I'm going to walk right out the other side.
Oh, shit. It's raining. I give her the money tomorrow. To bring it with her. And then, I did stuff that phone call, and I never talked. My ADHD. What?
Not me, Beth. Beth wants to know who's watching a different channel.
I was.
What?
What?
Not I, said the fly.
Sorry, I had to watch my sheep herder. I watched.
Sheep herder.
Yeah, she's from Canada, and she is a sheep herder, and it's right now it's her lambing season, so she's
Lemmings?
got lambing.
I thought lambing season was in the spring.
Yeah,
Oh, she has it 3 times a year.
Oh, okay.
She has 3 different sets, 3 different sections, or 3 different. She's got like 80.
Well, that would maximize how much wool you got.
Yes, it would. She's got about 80 to 100 in 3 different sets, and so right now she's got lambing. In the spring, late spring she'll have lambing, and then in the late summer she'll have lambing. It's about every 4 months. She has lambing. So
okay. Crystal says, I have a question for anyone who can answer this. She was watching a video on Facebook and a person boiled the bacon. I don't understand why. Some people do that because it renders out a lot of the fat. I personally don't see the point in eating bacon and doing that, because the whole point of eating bacon is to eat something salty and greasy and bad for you. That's what makes it so good. But yes, I have heard of people boiling bacon.
Yeah, that's gross.
Hello, so blessed.
Especially when you get bacon in a can.
We don't have bacon in a can, at least not
That's
that
gross.
I know of. Is it gross? I've never.
Hi, so blessed. The idea of boiled bacon. Well, except for, I'll take that back.
Well, I mean, if it's in beans.
You put it in beans, you put it in your gumbo, you put it in whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
But you cut it up, you fry it first, and then you put it in usually.
But in the gumbo, it's more fat back than bacon.
True, and we usually fry it first. Then we cut it up.
To crisp it up.
Yeah, so it's not just boiled. That's gross. I can't stand bacon
kind of
fat.
Sounds slimy to me.
Yeah, I can't stand bacon fat. Got to be cooked.
Oh, I love bacon fat.
Ugh.
Best part of the bacon.
I don't like fat.
I love the fat off a pork chop. In a bone-in pork chop with that nice cap of fat you used to get, and it rendered down, and that's what the pork chop fried in. They don't do that. They trim them up now way more than what they used to. And I love that part.
I cut the fat off. I cannot stand eating the fat.
Yeah,
makes
my
me
sister
gag.
was the same way. I just look at her and she said, "What?" I said, "Just put it over here on my plate. I'll eat it for you."
Oh, I just can't do it. I gag on it. Even chicken fat, I take it all off. Can't do it.
I take the fat off my chicken, but I leave the skin on it.
If it's bone in and I cook the chicken with the skins, I do eat the skins as long as it's not rubbery.
It's got to be crispy.
Yeah, it has to be crispy. I understand, Beth. I cannot do that. Ugh. I gag really easy, and that's just
That girl
too
out
much.
Oh, Connie.
there
What?
baking this
Nothing.
back.
Floppy bacon.
Oh, Connie, I do gag a lot.
When I go to Tudor's, which is a local breakfast place here, best place to eat breakfast around. But when I go through,
Hooters.
I get Anthony 4 orders of bacon.
So,
We do this once a week, and I would like pull up, and I would give him my order. And I said I need 4 orders of wiggly bacon. None of them had a clue what the hell wiggly bacon was, and I'm just like, okay. And I pulled. She goes, "Do you mean chewy bacon?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I've never heard it called wiggly bacon. I said, "We've always called it wiggly bacon because you can still wiggle it. It's not crisp."
Eh.
wiggly bacon.
Wiggly bacon, yeah, it's wiggly.
Kill it.
No, I do not like crisp bacon.
This
love
coming from the
bacon.
girl who rescues mosquitoes from inside the house.
Yeah. But who also skins catfish while they're still alive.
Ew.
But
The only proper way to actually prepare the. Otherwise, the meat actually gets tainted.
I don't care.
I
I ain't gonna eat it anyway.
always drove a nail through their head and killed them before I skinned them.
I just cut.
No, it
their head
actually
off.
makes the meat tougher.
I just cut their head off.
No, you actually need to skin them while they're still alive.
No, that's why I don't eat cold.
That's
I
not
don't eat
very
it.
humane.
I used to eat it when I was a kid. I can't stand it now.
Oh, I love catfish.
Ugh.
Good
I'm
fried
just saying.
catfish and some hush puppies and French fries.
And
I
some
love
corn
it.
on top.
Slaw. Yum.
I love hush puppies, but
And I haven't had corn on the
no,
cob
thank you
forever.
on the catfish.
I love hush puppies, but I do not like restaurant made. Every time I've ever had hush puppies in a restaurant, they were just greasy blobs of cornmeal. There was no
Exactly.
seasonings. There was no onion in them. And yes, I always like catfish nuggets. So blessed. I make my catfish like that all the time.
Yes,
But,
actually, tried it with Andy's breading.
I just don't like. I mean, like you go to like Captain D's or Long John Silver's or something,
That's gross.
and they're just like nasty. And I go get fish dinners. I just get the fish and I come home and I make the coleslaw, I make the hush puppies, and I make the French fries because they should just stick to fish. Because
They're
I
not-
don't want to eat
there's
a French
fish
fry
too.
that tastes like. Well, they use the same oil to cook the fish as they do the French fries and the hush puppies, so everything tastes
And they
exactly
actually
the
shouldn't.
same.
Actually, they
Exactly.
should not. That's cross contamination. And if you cook, that's why fish restaurants have more than 2 fryers. 2 for fish and 1 for not fish.
You
fry.
can taste it though. You can tell if they've cooked fish in the same fryer that they've cooked French fries or hush puppies in,
I know,
because
but
that picks up the flavor. No, they're not supposed to, but I know damn well they do it
Oh, I know.
because they don't want
No,
to.
not Long John.
No,
Long
Long John. Long John
Silver.
Silver's.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I can't
Now, if I'm
stand
going
that.
to go and buy fish from a restaurant, I go to Captain D's. I do not go to Long John Silver's. I don't like their food.
I just don't go to either.
I just prefer,
fish
honestly,
fries.
to make my own fish because my fish tastes better. Oh, man. Fresh baked bass or trout. Yum.
I like trout. I like bass. I
I do
do.
not like trout.
I grew up on all of those, but the catfish, we had more often, and I just got tired of it.
Everybody, you have to take that bud strip out of a catfish because if you don't,
Yes,
then
you have to
the
take
meat
off the
tastes
skin.
like dirt.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. I was taught very young how to clean my fish because if I was
Yep.
going to catch them, I had to clean them.
Oh, I was cleaning fish way before I was cleaning like squirrel, deer, or anything like that. Because anything we killed or caught, we had to know how to prepare it.
Yeah. We didn't kill anything but fish.
Oh, we hunted, we fished, we trapped.
We didn't. We lived in the city.
So did we. We just went to the country to do all that. Of course, the country here is not that far away, Connie. Drive a couple of miles from any city and you're going to be in the country.
Well, here you are, but not in Utah. We would go to the Jordan River and we would fish. And it would only take us about an hour. We'd all have our fill of fish. And we'd go home.
We used to do that. We would have a Sunday night fish fry. All of us kids would go out and we'd fish after church all day Sunday, right up and bring home what we caught. And we'd have fish fry for dinner.
Yeah.
Pickerel.
Beth, hush puppies are just, it's minced onion. You got to have some onion powder in there, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and you mix it up. In cornmeal, you mix enough milk in it till it's stiff. You want a stiff dough, but not real super heavy. And roll it in balls and then just drop it in the oil and fry them. It's just basically fried cornbread with onions in it.
Mm-hmm. And they're good.
Crystal, I love sardines in mustard.
Ugh.
Mustard.
Yep.
Sardines and crackers. That was a very huge treat when we were kids, and I've always loved sardines.
I'd rather die. I'll starve to death.
Yuck.
I'll eat tree bark first.
Nah.
Tree bark.
Now, like smoked oysters and stuff like that in a can, I think it's gross. My brother loves smoked oysters. He's like, "Here, sis, just try one."
Oh,
It
yeah,
tastes
smoked oysters.
like- It tasted like an eraser that had been raked out of a fire. That's what
you probably say the same thing about escargot too.
About what?
You probably say the same thing about escargot too.
I don't know.
Escargot's gross.
I couldn't tell you.
Escargot is gross.
You know
I would
what?
try it.
What?
You can't say it's gross if you don't.
It's no worse than
try
eating a shrimp.
I have tried it.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
So
like
she
shrimp.
doesn't like it.
It's gross. I did not like it at all.
So is shrimp.
What?
No, shrimp is delicious.
Shrimp is amazing.
Any seafood.
I love shrimp. I love clams. I love crab. I love
Yuck.
I don't like
eel. I love.
I want to like lobster. You dip the crap in liquid freaking butter. Like I
Yeah.
want to
Lobster's
Yuck.
good too.
gross. Uh-uh.
Clarified butter.
I love
honestly
yellow
don't care for
catfish.
lobster.
Or no, yellow tuna is good.
But I love mud bugs, but I don't like lobster.
I'll stick to steak, please. Have chicken.
If I can
See,
choose between having
thing
sushi and steak, I'll take sushi every single day of the week.
Give me
The
a
thing,
cheeseburger.
the thing about shrimp and crawdads, mud bugs and stuff like that, is basically you're just eating like water mice.
No,
Oh,
Water
yeah, yeah.
bugs.
Sounds great.
It's water
Water
vermin. Is
bugs.
all it is.
Yeah.
That's
So-
okay.
Like you might as well just eat cockroaches and spiders. It's the same
No,
thing.
No
thank
thanks.
you.
It's the exact same thing.
I
don't
was
care.
offered chocolate covered cockroaches, and I told him I'd rather puke and
I
eat
would
it
puke.
than put one of those in my mouth.
I would.
Honestly, a locust would be the equivalent of a crawdad or a shrimp.
I know a lot
I
of people
don't-
who eat locusts.
I don't eat crawdads, but I do eat shrimp.
I will not suck the heads. I think that's gross, nasty.
Oh my
head
God.
stuff
I'm
people
so glad
should
I
not
can't
do.
It's not like you're eating real food.
I
I don't like salmon. Tuna's good, but I don't like salmon.
I love salmon, tuna. I don't like halibut. I don't like
I love
shark.
halibut.
I don't like. Oh God, perch. Just the thought of perch makes me
I like
shudder.
perch too.
Perch just smells like somebody. I don't care how fresh it is. It can come the very day it comes in, and it's shipped. I think ours was shipped out of Maine, and we would get it the same day. It's just nasty smelling.
No, I've only ever had perch when I've gone up to Michigan and caught them myself. I mean, we have bluegill and sunfish.
See, I love bluegill, but there's so many bones, it's a pain in the ass to eat.
That's my issue. Welcome back, Herb. That is my issue with fish. Is if I come across a bone, that's it. I'm done. I won't finish.
Oh yeah, no, me either. Nope, done.
I don't do bones.
Canadian smoked salmon is great. Actually, Greg, what I do is I do a dry rub and I let it absorb for like 24 hours in the refrigerator. So I do a mixture of salt, pepper, brown sugar, and a few other spices. You know, garlic pepper, garlic salt, onion powder, paprika. Wrap it in saran wrap, 24 hours in the refrigerator, and then smoke it on a very low smoke. So I do a cold smoked salmon. Oh my gosh, it is so it's like candied salmon. It is.
Yeah,
It's
I don't like salmon.
I
so
don't
good.
care for smoked anything. I don't like the taste of it.
Put it on
I-
some crackers.
I like
Delish.
smoked ribs. I
Nope.
like smoked.
And especially not mesquite.
Can't think about it.
No, not mesquite. Mm-mm.
Maybe applewood or cherry, perhaps. Something like
Applewood,
that.
good.
Cedarwood, I would like to smoke from. But yeah, most of the smoked things that I've tasted have been with mesquite, and I think it's nasty.
Well, I worked in a deli, and we had a smoker, and so we've had used all different kinds of woods. I did like the apple wood a lot. We did ribs. We did what the heck was that? A fat back where you had the fat layer across it. A pork fat back. Is that what it was? I can't remember, but it was good.
Like
Except for-
St. Louis style ribs type thing. Did they
yeah,
have-
but we
did they
had
have-
the one that had the fat cap on it. I cut that dang thing
St.
off.
Louis style does unless you get them trimmed. It has a fat cap on it.
Well, ours had fat caps, and I always cut them off because I can't stand the fat. Don't do the fat.
Man, I've got short ribs in the freezer. I could make short rib stew. That would be good. Think about that. I do love salmon. I like grilled salmon. I pretty much like salmon other than smoked. Pretty much any way you can fix salmon.
You want to know what's
Except
really
for salmon cakes. If I make salmon cakes, I actually cook a fillet and flake it myself and make my own salmon cakes. I do not like salmon out of a can.
well, we buy salmon out of the can for our dogs. I think that's the most disgusting thing in the world to smell. It's so gross. We give them a little tiny bit with their dinner, with their food, because they need that protein. Not that they're not already getting it, but they need that little extra protein. It's so gross. I can't stand salmon. Oh,
Or I could make tuna casserole. I got tuna. I could do tuna. I like to cook fresh tuna, or I'll buy a fresh steak and put it in the freezer, and then I poach it. I poach it, and then
You're gonna
flake
have-
it. Make tuna casserole with that. And the first time Bill does not like tuna out of a can, and the first time he tasted fresh tuna, he was like, "That's not tuna," and I was like, "Yeah, it is." And he was like,
Two
"They
snow
don't taste like
people
any tuna." 2 snow people done.
Oh, 2 snow people done. I thought she said down. I'm like, what? Done. Awesome.
Jeanette, you did hear we're supposed to get snow Wednesday and Thursday, right? Yay. Not. But yeah, I like tuna. I like fresh tuna. I'll eat tuna out of a pouch or a can. I don't have a problem with it. But I prefer fresh tuna if I can get it. It's just so expensive.
Put it in a pouch.
Yeah, tuna. Yeah, Starkist puts it in a pouch now, so you don't have to open the can. You just tear the pouch open, and
Yeah, but you know what?
it tastes just like it does in a can. Everybody's like,
Except
"Oh, it's so
for-
much fresher."
The problem with the pouch is is my husband makes us salads like 5 days a week for lunch. And sometimes he'll put tuna on it. And I prefer just straight out of the can. He was buying those flavored pouches.
Oh no, I don't.
I told
care
him,
for those.
don't buy another one of those. That is disgusting.
I did not care for the flavored ones.
No,
I want
it
tuna.
doesn't
I want tuna flavored tuna. I don't want
Exactly.
any other flavorings in there. Lemon pepper though, fresh tuna is not bad.
I'm not a fan of lemon pepper, but I just put it in my salad, and I have eggs, and I have all the vegetables and blue cheese dressing.
Oh, my mom was a huge lover of those nasty ass mackerel patties. I don't care what you say. That's the grossest thing.
Ooh.
They stunk when she cooked them, and I just go, I would, have it like a baked potato. Because you didn't complain about the food that was put on the table. You just, if you didn't like it, you just kept your mouth shut and you didn't eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be close to 70 degrees tomorrow, and then be down in the 30s Wednesday and Thursday, and back up close to the 70s on Saturday. And this is why people around here get sick.
Why? How?
Because you never know how to dress for the freaking weather. I have literally left my house in a pair of leggings, a long t-shirt, and low top tennis shoes to go to work, and my smock, and get off the work 8 hours later in a freaking blizzard. And no coat, because it was so hot when I went to work. I'm like, you don't need a coat.
Did you not look at the forecast though?
No, I never had time. I had toddlers and working a full-time job. I didn't have time to watch the news.
Pull it up on your phone. It takes like 2 seconds. Weather app is right there.
This was 30 years ago. They didn't have
no
cell phones with weather apps on them.
Nope. You had to call the weather.
I think they still had the pagers back then.
Yeah, and you had to call on your telephone, on your landline. You had to call the weather channel and get the weather.
Yeah, and if you didn't catch 6 o'clock news, because they didn't repeat it like they do now.
You're making it sound like you're so old.
We are. At least I'm even older than Annie.
Yep, I can actually remember calling and getting the weather report.
Yep, I did.
Did you have a weather rock outside your window at work though? Or a weather worm? Did you have a weather worm?
John, I worked in the back of a grocery store. There was no windows.
Didn't you have a weather worm outside the back door? Come on.
No. Night, Herb.
You never crocheted a weather worm?
Good night, Herb.
I didn't crochet back then, John. I had 2 toddlers and a full-time job. Only thing I did was go to work, come home, cook, clean, take care of kids, and go to sleep and get up and do the same thing. Literally, for years, that's all I did. I think I spoke to my sister once a month back then.
You make life sound like.
And that's usually when she'd come in the store to grocery shop, and she'd stop and say hi to me. Too tired. Kids are exhausting.
Do they hear nap time?
My kids have never had the kids never took a nap, ever. Not even as newborns would they take a nap. They slept at night. They was awake all day.
I babysat kids in my house for 12 years, and I had anywhere from 5 to 15 sometimes in my house, and everybody took a nap or a rest at the same time. You know what I did? I cleaned.
Yeah.
No.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I generally put my boys in front of a pre-taped football game, one in the bouncer, one in the playpen, and I would go to town cleaning house. Because I got up at 4 o'clock. I had to be to work by 6. And then I would get home at 4, pick him up, take him to work, come back, and take care of the kids for the rest of the night until bedtime. But at that time, Anthony he only slept like an hour a day. So a lot of the times I would be on the couch with him on my chest, just closing my eyes long enough to pretend I got some sleep. I literally was working on a register at that point and fell asleep standing up at my register and was snoring when the customer woke me up.
Oh,
And I know
no.
that because they told me I was snoring.
Rude.
Hey, you get it
They
where you
woke you up.
get it.
Maybe like, let me freaking sleep. What the hell? Don't you think I deserve to fucking sleep?
I was
I'm
the
sleeping
only
while I'm standing up.
cashier. Oh yeah, the manager's like, well, I don't know what your problem. Why are you falling asleep? And I was like, because my child doesn't sleep, therefore I don't sleep. So well then, why don't you just stay home? And I said, why don't you pay my fucking bills? Such an asshole. I did not like that man at all.
But you stayed there though.
Didn't have a choice. I had 2 kids I needed to feed and bills to pay. And at that time, working for Kroger's was the best. No, that of the service jobs, Kroger's is where you made the most money at that point. Now they don't make shit.
No, because my granddaughter, who was living with us, she was working for Dillon's, which is Kroger's, and she didn't make nothing compared to what her brother makes at the state hospital. He makes $23 an hour. He's 19, and she only made, was it like $12 or $11 an hour? Maybe not
Why
even
didn't
that
she
much.
do what he did?
Hola, Maritza.
Oh, she couldn't. She
Why?
couldn't. Hi, Maritza. First of all, they don't like girls out there working at what he does because she was not big enough. She's only 4'10" and she weighs 90 or 89 pounds. She's too little.
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
got
women in the
to have.
military.
You got to
I've seen women in the military.
These people can get out of hand.
Yeah, but that's not it. That's not it. He has to be in with the mental health patients. They're not behind bars. He's actually in with them, and she can't. She's too little. Huh?
I've watched enough movies where they just call in the doctor and they zap
No.
the syringe.
The nurse is right there,
Yeah.
in the cell or in the
Yeah,
area
but they
with
just
them.
walked out. That's the way the hospital we used to have to put him in periodically was like.
Yeah, he's literally face to face. He's within. They could touch it. They could reach out and touch him if they
And
want
they can get violent.
And they can get violent. And his thing he's been having to do recently is he calls himself, I'm the shit cleaner, because this guy seems to think it's funny
to smear
it everywhere.
Yep.
Why don't they make him clean it himself then?
Because they won't. Look at this.
Oh. Now you went and bought yarn today. Why didn't you buy some of that?
Because this is from Temu.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
So I
now
ordered
what are you
it.
work on while you wait?
I don't know. I'll do something else. But I'll have to wait for a week or so for this to be done.
Maybe it'll surprise you and it'll come early, like John's did.
I hope so.
Yeah, mine came on a Saturday. I wasn't waiting for it till Sunday or till Wednesday.
Yeah, I haven't looked. I need to look and see if it's updated. Let's see.
Joe, what's that shopping one that you're on? You want us to all join now? What the hell's that?
She's got her mic turned off. She's muted. Yes, Greg, I do.
Hola, Vanessa. Oh, shit.
Where did the day go?
No, today is long.
It hasn't even got to the airport yet. So
Sounds like it, doesn't it, Beth?
What's that?
Beth
What
said
are we doing?
somebody's having fun.
Yes.
Got them two hooligans over
I
there.
want bacon.
What? Bacon? What? What about hooligans?
Hooligan, what?
You full?
Yes.
Me too. Later.
What's up?
Only Christmas decorating I've done so far is to get out my nutcrackers.
I did this.
That'd be a curve.
That's all I've done so far. Right there.
Yeah, I haven't even got that far.
I've done nothing else. I did do some decorating in the living room. I mean, that is the living room, but I did like my coffee table and up by the fireplace and stuff.
Well, I think since it's going to be so warm tomorrow, I'm going to drag his butt outside and we're going to do the outside lights before it gets cold. He always waits. He complains because it's freezing when he puts the lights up. And I said, but I always tell you, hey, we're having a warm day. Why don't we get out there and do it? And you always find a reason not to. And then I have to say, hey, we got to get this done before Christmas. And then it's cold.
See, my lights are done.
Yep.
Outside. They're always done.
I am seriously considering leaving ours up all year long. Just
They've been out there for 3. This is the 3rd or 4th year.
Why not, Greg? Greg said he's not coming to my house. I think he's afeared. It only hurts the first time.
Yeah, so my
By the
lights.
second time, you're numb. You know, Beth, I use canned air, and my cats have never. They sleep under the tree, but they've never bothered it. I had one cat. He never knocked any of the ornaments off, but he loved to climb up in the Christmas tree. We had a really big one, and he would sleep on the branches. He would just climb up in there and go to sleep. Scare the crap out of him. He'd stick his head out the branches. Meow.
Well, guys, I'm going to head out of here. I will talk to you guys all tomorrow.
Good night, Miss Connie.
Good one.
Good
Sleep
night.
well.
I will.
How would I know? I plead the fifth, Greg. I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
The what?
He wants to know how I know it only hurts the first time, and I said I'm pleading the fifth. They're feared of my nutcrackers.
Okay. I'm late to the conversation, so
Yep. I said
Yep.
the only decorating I've done so far is to get my nutcrackers out.
She is over the cracking nuts.
Yep. That's my job. It was great when I was dating and guys that would that I didn't particularly find attractive or want anything to do with. And it's like, no, you can't buy me. Oh, let me buy you a drink. Oh, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I castrate cows. They leave. Every time they just give you this horrified look and they leave.
Terrible assholes.
But I did it. I mean, there's no point lying. I'm not saying I enjoyed it or it was fun or anything, but I do know how to do it. And it pretty much works the same for any animal.
There it is.
They're castrating cows.
Just castrating cows? Oh. Poor baby.
Hi, Larry.
Hey, Larry, what is up with you?
It's just part of living on a farm. There's things you just have to do, like dehorning cattle. I honestly that is one thing I hated doing And they can, oh, it's just like fingernails. They don't feel it.
Yes, cows do not have nuts.
All right, fine, Greg. But everybody knew what I meant.
Mm-mm.
And they're not bulls once I castrate them.
Mm-mm.
They're very irate.
Mm-mm. I'll be out right too. Castrate me.
So are you putting the bands on the balls or what?
No, we would split them, pop them out, slap tar on them.
Tar.
Tar. Keep them from bleeding. Cauterizes it and covers it so that the gnats and the flies can't get to it. Yeah, I'm speaking hillbilly, Beth. There you go. Oh man, I miss hunting. I would love to have some backstrap.
Oh no, some elk backstrap is delicious, but I'm not going to kill them to do it.
Some Viennese. We always did our own because one, it's cheaper, and two, you can cut it the way you want.
Oh no, we would harvest our own deer. I've had a few of them hanging in my basement. Okay. Things that I should not be doing.
Yeah.
Skinning a deer hanging from the rafters in my basement.
Only thing I ever had a problem cleaning for some reason is I love to eat rabbit, but I hated killing them because they're so damn cute.
The only thing that I was not a fan of cleaning is squirrel.
Oh, I didn't have a problem with squirrels.
I just don't like cleaning them.
You just pull their little skin off like a coat. It's like zip,
I know.
pull it off their little hands.
Yeah, you know how
and then chop their little hands off.
That's how I felt about the squirrel.
Yeah. That's just the way that Dad, I was like 8 first time I cleaned a squirrel and skinned it. And he said, just pull it off like you're pulling off a coat.
And just poor little feeties.
Yep. Because, well, when I got to the hands, I said, what do I do? And he said, just chop them off. And it was after that, I never asked my dad to help me take my coat off again. It's like, is he going to cut my hand off when it sticks in the coat? Trust but verify.
I have way too much energy.
My sunflowers did not grow this year, so I have no fresh sunflowers seeds. Sucks. Have you ever made sunflower seed bread, Jess?
I have not. Oh, man.
It's kind of like a sweet bread. You make it like you do like walnut bread or pecan bread, something like that.
Okay.
But you put the sunflower seeds in it instead of the nuts.
Sounds
And
healthy.
it's really good. Oh, I love sunflower seeds.
I would say that, yeah, I would probably prefer that over a few other nut breads.
I don't really like nuts and breads. I love nut, about any kind of nut you give me with the. Wait, it's
Stop.
no,
And you just
almonds.
stop.
I don't really care
Stop.
for almonds. What? Dirty minded thing.
I like any kind of nut I put in my mouth.
Well, except almonds.
Too milky? Almonds are too milky? are they?
I think almonds have a very they have a very bitter aftertaste. Now, I'm not a fan of bitter.
So I bet you can mix them down a calendar.
You can sell them. Easy. For sure.
I should probably. I think
Mm.
maybe that's what I'll do Wednesday. Is I'll just make up some bread for the freezer.
Postcard or a Christmas card.
Christmas cards would be nice, yes.
All right, I'm going to finish up this one row. And call it quits.
Oh no, Beth. Beth said when she lives in Pennsylvania, she had an old farmhouse that had a 10-foot island in the kitchen. And guess where everyone brought their deer and made me do it? I would totally allow them to bring the deer in, but they're going to do the work. Or give me half of the meat. That is a job to have. And we didn't have electric saws to cut through bones and everything, so we had to use hand saws to do that. We did it the old school way.
Yours is
And then, of course, before you went deer hunting, you had to find somebody that was slaughtering a hog and get some of the fats to put in the freezer. So you had suet to put in with it. You could use beef suet, but I preferred the pork suet.
Oh man, I
Good
should be
night,
using my
Jeanette.
tension ring all day.
Yes. Beth, I would have just drug it off the thing and drug it right out the back door and said, "Oh, you forgot something," and just walk off and leave it. My brothers tried that on me several times. They didn't make it. I don't mind to butcher my own deer, but I'm not going to do theirs while they sit around and not do it. I think I'm going to have to get off here soon.
I'm getting off here in about less than a minute.
I got a load of laundry to fold in to empty the dishwasher, and I'm done for the day.
Good night, Jeanette.
Good night.
Well, since we're saying goodnight, everybody, we're going to say thank you for joining us. Thank you, all my subs that are out there and hanging out with us, and while we're crocheting and doing whatever and chatting and general bullshittery.
Acting a fool. Well, I was.
Join me on my other channel Wednesday night.
What? You have another channel? For real?
You know I do. Wednesday night, and we can do some scrolling or painting or whatever we feel like we're doing then.
Night, everybody.
So take care.
I bet Joe fell asleep.
There we go. It's getting there.
Good job. Yep. I love that color.
I love it too. It's so cool.
Yeah, you did it.
Yes.
I did it. I did it.
What'd you do?
Oh. Saying you did it. I didn't do it.
Oh.
I'm taking part.
She was clapping
Oh.
for you.
Okay.
Here, Jess, do this. Let's give John the clap.
Thank you for the
There,
round
John.
of applause.
Now you've had to clap.
Thank you for the round of applause. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here with us. And like I said, join us Wednesday for What If I Could. We'll see you guys over there. Have fun. See ya.